Okay. Hope this thing is on. Hello. I'm Moonlight to the Me. I'm a non-binary content creator that's really new, actually. And you can tell I'm new because I'm about to showcase a time-lapse video. I don't think this is gonna do well. Foreshadowing. Probably not, but I can try. So, I'm about to show you the entire process of this entire thing. I don't know if this is completed yet. I'm doing this in the middle of, everything. The wedding hasn't even happened. So we'll see if this is the completed piece. Probably not, but we'll see. Well, and we'll see you later. AKA 3 seconds from now. Alright. Before we start, I need to clear out some space, do a little bit of fist fighting, do a little bit of raw PvP, clearing out snow. Alright, here's where we start. So, let me start with this. I love mossy cobblestone. Mossy bricks, moss, everything about it, amazing. Could not live without it. I don't remember exactly where it was added now, but it's amazing. So, with the mossy cobble and the moss and the mossy bricks, I decided to use kind of like pillars to kind of uphold the entire building. Main reason, I didn't want a rectangle building just randomly out, and to add more shape and look more interesting with more color and stuff, and also to kind of break it up. That's pretty much the only reason. Also because mossy cobblestone is amazing. Lions was with me this entire building session, and they angered a llama. So they were very, very annoying. Very annoying. Very. Now for a scheduled commercial break. Do you ever feel like you need a vacation? Well, welcome to Misfortunate SMP, where we have castles, enchanting rooms, villager holes, that's about it. Villages, that's about it. Hot air balloons, which I hope float. It's a hope. Floating island, I think it's public property? Stalls, gotta buy stuff, gotta get your wood, gotta get rich. Water parks, amusement, very fun. This one's a boat park, in particular. Trees are important to breathe, and wood. I really wanted to show you my turtle. That's about it, turtle. For a little bit of context, that entire kind of old TV tour, well, let's just say I built this entire thing on stream. Twitch.tv Moonlight Memes. I'll put it on the screen. It's on there, I think. That's the only plug, I swear. I swear. But I built this entire thing on stream, and basically the person in chat wanted to see a tour. More like Lion suggested it, and then agreed to it. So I was on the tour, and basically that's the things we highlighted, and I made it look like an old TV show to make it look different in editing or something. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, and that's my only context for it. Sorry. See you later. Now I need to stop thinking like an old reporter, talk about vacation spots, talk about normal things, and to the next topic, aka block palette. I could have gone like rustic with like the spruce wood or any kind of wood, make it look kind of old, but I didn't really want to go that route, so I kind of went a bit more modern with a lighter color palette, with the kind of bright accents, because I thought it would look a bit better and fit with our theme a little bit more. Plus, kind of want to experiment with new blocks, so calcite, quartz, diorite, didn't use any birch wood, probably for the better. So that's my main block palette, and of course I had to have the accents with the blue and the orange, because me and lions. Hold on, why is the replay mod slowed down? You know how I'm bad at Lightmatica. Sorry, replay mod, not Lightmatica, sorry, wrong mod. That I don't know how this mod works, and how I'm slowing it down. I have no idea how I did this. I did something. You also can tell I'm doing this voiceover kind of not with the video. I'm looking at the video, I'm just not watching it while I'm doing the voiceover. That's how I'm editing this. It's weird, I get it, I know. And yeah, that's kind of where we started. And then Oh, by the way, I designed all of this in creative beforehand, mainly because I knew I couldn't design something like this in survival on the go, and also all the material gathering would be such a pain. So that's why it looks like, I know what I'm doing for once. For some odd reason, I was particularly proud of the windows I did for this building. You don't see them now, but you'll see them later. They're very open windows, and they have some window shutters, but they also have like plants outside of them. I really loved how they looked with all the accents with the outdoor, and then inside also. This is pretty late into the time lapse if I had to be honest, but I used a lot of warp, I used a lot of acacia to kind of, you know, bring it all together with the accents on the inside. Of course, you don't see it now, but I think it looks great. I was really proud of it. By far, the most satisfying sound in Minecraft is calcite breaking. If you haven't heard it before, it's amazing. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like music to my ears. If they could make a musical with just calcite breaking, I would probably listen to it. Like I would also have to have like other music on the side, but I would listen to it. Or some kind of VOD or some kind of video. It's the ADHD, okay. It it's not because the calcite, it's because of my ADHD. But any case, like wood breaking is also really nice, like oak wood, acacia, dark oak, spruce, literally any wood, except for the warped stems. The warped stems and the crimson stems, horrible to hear. They're absolutely terrible. Like they sound like squinching or squenching, S word, something like that. So look at this guy, this little guy, barely a glazed terracotta. What a sight to behold. What a skill to be so bad at. Imagine being so bad at placing glazed terracotta, you have to place it about 5 different times, then fail, and then more failing, and more failing. Oh god. Glazed terracotta is my worst nightmare. Oh my god, I hate placing it after this, and I don't want to do it ever again. Break. Place. Break. Please. Break. Place. Finally, correctly. And the rest of me time lapse. So going back to what I was previously talking about before the netherrack scandal. Basically, block types and block sounds and block placement, things like that. So basically, also like the netherrack counterparts are also terrible. The netherrack with the mycelium, also horrible. Mushrooms in general, like mushrooms, the brown and the red they just sound like you're breaking dirt, so I really have no opinion. Breaking dirt is classic, but not great. Anyways, I have a lot more opinions about block placing and block breaking noise, but I just can't think of any blocks currently. The moss breaking sound is definitely the downside of moss, but it's not even that terrible. Like, I can accept it. It's not great, but it's alright. Next topic, tea. So, this might be already known, but I love black tea. Black tea is great. Black tea is life. I have this tea box that has like vanilla pieces in it. I don't taste the vanilla, but whatever, I guess. It's fine. As long as I take the black tea and I get the caffeine, I am fine. I know it looks kind of ugly right now, the building. It's because I'm using Lightmatica. This time it actually is Lightmatica, not replay mod. But basically, it's kind of hard to navigate. I still don't know how to use it properly, but it helps usually. Anyways, back to tea. Caffeine, honestly, when I drink coffee, I have never really tried coffee before, but one time I drank tea that made me stay up, and I'm scared what coffee will do to my body, and that's why I refuse to drink coffee of any kind, basically. And that's the only reason why I drink tea, because it doesn't usually give me as much caffeine, and I can sleep at night, usually. That's a usually, You can never really guarantee, can you? Working on front now. Honestly, if I had to admit, I like the front a bit better than the back, but honestly, the only reason is because the front is a little more detailed, the back is a giant window. You can be so detailed about it. So you know those fluffy towels? For some reason, I never really get the feeling of fluffy towels. All the towels are just kind of coarse. I mean, it's not irritating or anything like that, but like, there's never been like a towel that's been more comfortable like than like a blanket, for example. So I don't really get the vibe about fluffy towels. But maybe it's because I've just never had a fluffy towel. That could be it. Or I'm just incredibly socialized, very, very socialized, and I've definitely seen a fluffy towel before, and I just didn't like it. Definitely, uh-huh. I'm sorry for jumping around topics so much, but the thing is, I'm just recording all of these in little clips, and I'm saying all that I can think of that my brain comes up at that moment. Next topic, winter, particularly mountaintops with snowy. So, the two most active sports on the snowy mountaintop would probably be skiing and snowboarding. Of course, there's like the other ones with like the tube and the sleds and everything like that, but I can't name all of them and I don't know all of them. So I'll just say the one I know. Skiing. I've done skiing before. It's great. It's fun. But have you ever had like whenever you have your glove and then like you get ice on your glove and your glove gets wet, you literally can't feel your fingertips. So then you have to take off the glove because, as I like to say it, gloves insulate the heat as just as well as it insulates the cold. So basically, it was wet, so I need to take it out, and then my hands are exposed to the cold, cold, snowy top with snow and everything else. And well, let's just say if I lose a finger in the near future, you'll probably know what it was from. I was really, really hoping that I wouldn't have to do this again. But here I am, struggling. Glazed terracotta! Again! I wish I could say more about it, but I really can't. It's glazed terracotta. I'm like losing my mind re-watching this. And I'm probably losing my mind while I'm building this. And then the amount of glazed terracotta I had to use on this build is too much to bear in my cold, dead hands. I don't want to use glazed terracotta ever again. What is happening? The amount of temporary blocks, dirt blocks, everything I had to do. I am going crazy! Three. Fourth one. Almost. I'm almost there. Almost there. Yeah! Alright, mugs. That's the next thing. Mugs are, I would say, pretty important to me because I drink a lot of liquid, not just water. In fact, I drink not much water. Like, I drink a lot more drinks than water, but it's usually like kind of healthy drinks. I don't usually drink soda or anything like that. I don't really like soda that much. But like I don't drink that much water, but I do drink a lot of tea as previously mentioned, but I also drink some like fruit juice and things like that. So mugs are and cups are pretty important to me, but I have this particular mug that is handmade. Well, not handmade. The mug wasn't handmade, but the coloring and the design is handmade. And well, I like it very much. Before I got this one, I just used a generic mug and it worked well. It had a lot of space and for a lot of liquid to occupy, but it was a little boring. So when I got this handmade one, let's just say I've been using it basically every day. Like every day that I drink some kind of liquid usually, there are some days that I don't, and I really shouldn't admit that, but it does happen occasionally. Let's ignore that though. Any other, trying to think of any other cups or anything. Oh, I could talk about drinks. Okay, so as previously mentioned, I don't really like soda that much, but I do really like fruit juice. I really like fruits in particular, and I get fruit juices like 1% fruit and 50% sugar, but it's still good, alright? Okay? Apple juice is great. Orange juice is a little too acidic for me, but I can drink it if I need to. Don't even try on lemonade or lemon juice. Don't try. I don't like lemonade that much. It's usually a little too sour for me. I can't think of any other fruit juice other than like pomegranate juice, which I've never really tried. Yeah, that's my juice rant. I can't think of anything else. kind of continuing the juice talk in a sense. We're gonna talk about soda for a little bit. Soda, I don't really like soda, if I had to be honest. Like, the only soda I really particularly sometimes would drink, and that would be only when I don't have juice or I have any other drink that I like, and soda is the only option, then I guess I'll drink it. But I'd rather just drink something else. But I do know someone who really does like soda, a certain Kai T. The amount of times I like, you know, you got like me and Lions. There's Lions, I guess. We don't like soda very much. Also, Lions is building a duck here. I don't know, I think they just wanted to build a duck, so we have a duck now. Soon it's gonna look very cursed, and I mean, cursed. What is that? I don't know. Anyways, back to soda talk. I had to make sure that I told the world that was made by Lions and not me, because... Also some punching. Forgot about the punching. Oh no. The chaos indicators. They're flashing. I have a bad feeling about this. Dun 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 da 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 da. I really question my life decisions sometimes. Exactly the one that led me to try to make a Mission Impossible parody. Well, not parody, but thingamabob. Yeah. I definitely question my life sometimes. It's carpet time! We're doing a mix between orange and blue, of course, because that's kind of a theme nowadays. I use concrete powder, which is relevant a little later, but I use concrete powder, some wool, some carpets. Here's the seats, because you gotta have seats at, a wedding hall. Ignore the ones that are on the side. And here's where the windows actually come into play and are getting completed. I really like these windows. I truly think they're really good windows. I don't know why, I just really like those windows. I really should stop saying windows. Here's one more, windows. But yeah, a little more decoration, sleeping. More decoration for the windows. Some ceiling. I just want things hanging. I thought it looked a little bland, so just wanted to add something, a little something else. And here, it should be, yep, the arch, which is not really an arch, and also it's kind of pathetically small. Oh, there's the concrete powder. Became concrete. I was not happy. Lions did it. Was not happy. There's the arch done. I don't know what's next. Oh, it's never mind. It's the roof parts. So shroom lights and moss, because moss is great. Shroom lights is great. Leaves are great. There's also a spore blossom that's going to come into play in a bit. Here's the leafy bits, because I love leaves. Here's the other bit. Nearly done with this time lapse of the inside. And next we'll be working on the outside of the wedding hall. Eventually. There's the sunset. Nice. But yeah, it's just more building. There's the flower blossom. And more designing. It's flower arc time, because flower arcs are pretty and moss. Yeah. 4 songs again. Time for pawns. Pawns are great. This pawn is pretty great. I gotta get the sudden urge to talk about chocolate chip cookies. Oh, mossy cobblestone. Probably shouldn't put that in cookies. Don't think that's very helpful. Oh god. What? Oh god. What happened? Oh no. Trees! We just build trees and ignore everything that's around us. More trees. Yes. Just more trees. Yep. Yep. More trees. We ignore the pink monstrosities. Oh, llamas. Oh, flamingos. Oh, I mean, these aren't things. Yeah. Yep. Warning. The following content was made by one dumb idiot. This is your only warning. Good luck. Have fun. The 3 nations lived in harmony until the Fire Nation attacked.
Still, ain't big enough for the both of us.
Oh God. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Sorry, wrong clip. Wah, 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 wah. Bystander apathy! Bystander apathy! Stop this at once! Wah, wah, wah. More bystander apathy! More bystander apathy! Stop this! Not involved! Not involved! Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Stop it! I am not associating! Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Cavalry assemble.
This time, you know, I may have started it, but T killed me, so let's just blame this on T, okay? This is definitely bystander apathy. Also, here's a clip of lions trying to get a horse off. Now, back to your scheduled program time-lapse video. Oh, ignore that. And back to windows, because of course we gotta have windows. We're doing bushes, because bushes. Now a tree. Trees are pretty important, if I have to be honest. This is the first of many trees. Probably the boringest of all of them, but, you know, they still look nice. Leafage, much more leafage. The next few, you know, clips are just leafage, so there's a lot of leafage on this tree. There's so much leafage. Much leafage. Much extra leafage. We're doing more armor stands again, bushes, more armor stands. Doubly, let's go. Twins, or something like that, I don't know. Yep. More bushes, that one sunk to the ground. Yep, yeah, Oh, more bushes on the window now. This is the part of the time-lapse where more bushes to be had, but I was too lazy to get all of them and decided to cut it down. Yep. This is the water attraction again. Gotta have another one. This one's more like a river. Digging some holes, putting in some texturing. The grass was really annoying at this point. It kept growing. It was not fun to deal with. I'd put some moss, put some rocks around it, of course, to make it, you know, look rivery or something like that. Water time. Gotta have water in a river. There's fish later on. I didn't add them, though. It was lions. Don't know when that is, but it's in the final product. Very fun water. There's gonna be some rocks and bone meal in a second. There's the rocks. There's the bone meal. And some flowers. I placed some flowers during this time lapse, okay? And I was doing random stuff. And this is the time lapse where, you know, coral just appeared. I definitely didn't forget to time lapse it or anything, definitely. Cliff time. It's the cliff time. Many cliffs. We got many stones. We got the cobble. We got the andesite. And surprisingly, I used some gray wool in here. If you can spot the gray wool, congratulations, you spotted the gray wool. If you can't spot the gray wool, congratulations, you didn't spot the gray wool. It's impossible to see anyways, and I barely, used any anyways. Okay. I want to add cliffs, mainly because this cliffside kind of looked kind of, not ugly necessarily, but kind of looked boring, and honestly, I was kind of running out of ideas for this project already this time. But yeah, I just want to add it because I thought it looked nice. I think I did pretty well on it. Doing some overhangs, doing some moss. I'm gonna talk a bit about the stone palette here. More cliffs. So I started with the cobble underneath, and then the stone and the andesite, because the andesite is probably the lightest block, so on top, of course. And then cobble is kind of, I guess, the quote-unquote darkest block, like color theory. Oh, there's the gray wool, I guess. And it also looks a little better because it makes a bit more sense, because the bottom would be more degraded and decayed. I feel like, oh, more hangies with some dirt and moss. Or moss. Oh, foliage. Also, let me explain my flower choices. The reason why I did the rose bushes and the sunflowers and just bone meal is because those are the only two tall flowers I could find, because T had them. Also, tree time. I'm doing a sweet maple? Yeah, sweet maple, I think. Some kind of maple tree. Can't remember now. It's been a while. But just building the tree, sleep, and building the tree. Gotta do the leaves. The leaves. Also, let's ignore the seasonal changes of this entire build, because there's gonna be lots of seasonal inaccuracies in this. So we just ignore it, and this particular tree is in fall. Don't ask how. It's just autumn for this particular tree. Nothing else, but just this tree. Adding some more details, some glazed terracotta. One time I actually like glazed terracotta because I didn't need to worry about how it's placed. Some stream lights to add some light. Time for, oh no, this one's the maple. I think the other one's a yellow birch. I'm not too sure. Ironically, the maple tree uses birch, but the birch tree doesn't use birch. Mind games. This is what I do. I use a lot of interesting blocks for this maple tree. Also, some red leaves, because seasons don't exist here. That's what I conducted. That is the truth. They don't exist here. We ignore seasons. Seasons don't exist. Some more glazed terracotta, make it look nice, and some landscaping. Grab about that. Makes it look nicer. Mound time. We have two mounds. This one, we're starting on the first one, the bigger one. Don't really know why I wanted to build it. Just thought it looked. Oh, let's ignore the moss appearing. Let's shush. I didn't forget to do the time lapse or anything. Yeah, definitely. But I thought the back looked a little empty, so I decided to do mounds for this time lapse. By the way, second to last time lapse, I'm pretty sure. Second mound time. So that's fun. You don't have to watch this video anymore. Congratulations. I messed up a little bit. Yeah, fun things. Just building. Just more building and more mounds, I guess. After this, there was an incident with an Enderman. I accidentally looked him in the eyes, so I asked T for some help, and well, yeah. Disaster struck. Also ignore the fact that I may have injured another Enderman. Shush, it didn't happen, I have such good experiences with Endermen, okay? I have great acquaintances with them. Time to go back to building, yeah. Sorry, I need to go deal with this real quick. 1 sec.
The goods. Thanks. That's all of it. Thanks so much. Appreciate you and your offers and your business.
Sorry for that. I need to really deal with it. Back to building for a little bit. And another water feature, because apparently I really like my water features for some reason. I just skipped over the texturing of the river, because it's just texturing of the river and kind of boring. But here I'm putting in some water. Fish will soon populate this river, and I get stung by pufferfish a lot, because I'm really prone to that. A little bit of a cinematic shot later. This build has everything. Flamingos, rivers, mounds, a wedding hall, everything. Look at this thing. Fair warning, this tree is not dead before anyone else says it's just a gray tree with white leaves. Or white flowers, but leaves. Don't trust my friends, okay? A little bit of time for just the branches. Here's the white leaves. Or white flowers. They're not dead. They're flowers. Warning. This is the warning. It's just normal Moonlight Mean shenanigans. With extra shenanigans and extra dumb. That's your warning. No, the tree! The tree! I may have forgotten, the time lapsing of these next builds. So maybe there's a possibility, two floating islands kind of just appear and some other stuff just appear. We ignore that, okay? You don't need this video to be any longer, to be fair. Let's be honest here. Think reasonably. Little bit of the floweries and the magicalies. I think that concludes the entire thing. Oh no! Sorry, gotta get going now. Unfortunately, got a wedding to attend. Wait, I'm not dressed. There. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, eat some water, drink some food, and see you later.